Hello! We are going to be doing another Christmas craft today. I'm so excited. This one is going to be Harry Potter books to hang on the Christmas tree. I know you guys, you love Harry Potter as much as I do and you're really super excited. Bighorns, I am excited too. Are you ready to go? All right, I think we're ready to begin. Today we're going to be making some Harry Potter books to hang on to our Christmas tree. Now this one's not done yet, but I will happily get ready to do these because they're super fun and super easy, and I'm all into super easy crafts. So all you need to do to make this craft is to have some kind of base for your book. I found these really cute little picture frames, but you could just glue some cardboard together, whatever it takes to get something that's about 2 by 3 inches. Cardboard, you could do all kinds of stuff. Pegboard, paper glued together, whatever it takes. These I found in the craft store. They're really super easy to do, so I decided to do this. But you don't have to have anything this fancy. You also need copies of the book, which I will include with this video that you can print out. You'll need some scissors. You'll need some ribbon. You'll need some kind of glue. It doesn't have to be a glue gun, but it certainly does make it easier. And that's it. It's really super easy. The book that we're going to be doing is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. You can see all 7 books will be in the printout for you. You can either cut these with the scissors or use an X-Acto knife. I prefer an X-Acto knife because it does make nice straight edges, and I use a ruler. If you're going to be using an X-Acto knife, please have your parents supervise and make sure you cut on something. I have an old book that I use, and then I have this old board, and that way if I cut it, it doesn't hurt anything that's important. So I just line up my ruler, and I want to make sure there's no white. Perfect. And then I just cut with my X-Acto knife. It really does make life a lot easier. Then the other end, I want to make sure it's nice and straight. Easy cuts. And Goblet of Fire, that's the book we're reading right now. You guys should be finished or getting close to being finished because we have book club on Thursday. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday. And you should have read through chapter 10. I think 10 or 12, I can't remember now. I want to say 10. All right, so once you have it cut out, you can see that this has a spine. So you're going to be folding, and make sure it's nice and straight, and the easiest way to do that is to line it up. Fold so your spine is folded in. So you'll have a spine, and then you just want to kind of measure to make sure that's going to work. And as you can see, that's just about perfect. All right, then we're going to fold, and you want it a little longer than your cube here. So I'm going to fold, and I want to make sure I've got my Harry Potter Goblet of Fire. Make sure those edges are nice and straight. Same thing for this side. I want to make sure it's lined up and straight, and then fold. Just double check to make sure that looks pretty good, and as you can see, it does. It's a little longer than my book, which is perfect. All right, so I do need some pages to make it look a little more authentic. So I grabbed some white sheets here, and this is actually tag board. You don't have to get tag board. The regular paper would work fine. And I want 2 pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and cut those together, and I'm going to use the scissors for that. And I'm just going to use this as my guide. And then I'm just going to do a little trace so I have the right dimensions. You can use pencil, which is probably better than what I'm using, but I want it to show up on the video if I'm using the black marker. All right, then I can just cut. And cut, making sure it's a nice straight line. And now I have a couple of pages for my book. Again, I want a spine, so I'm gonna kind of measure and just let that help me fold. And now I've got my spine, and then just make my fold a little deeper. Perfect. So I've got a couple pages. That kind of gives me a more authentic looking book, and it'll look nice when hanging on the tree. All right, so now I want to hang this on the tree, so I need some ribbon. And so this is the part where I really want to cut my ribbon. And yeah, it looks like it. I go ahead and tie this in a knot just because it keeps it together and I don't have to worry about poking it together when I'm gluing. I just found that it makes life a little easier. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in a knot there. And then I'm going to be gluing this along the spine, and I'm going to be putting this on top of it. So when I'm done, it should look like this. All right, so my glue gun is all nice and hot. I'm going to go ahead and glue just along the spine. So I've got this, I'm just going to put it right on there and make sure that's lined up about center. And you do have a couple of seconds to adjust it as you put it on. And that looks perfect. Very nice. And if you make a little mistake, you can always refold it. That actually looks pretty good. All right, and now I want to glue it all around so it's on there pretty solid. So it looks like I might need a little bit more glue sticks in there. All around my frame or your cardboard or whatever it is you're using. Perfect. And you don't need a lot, just a little. I just do it around here just so it stays on nice and tight. And do be careful with that glue gun. It does get very warm. All right, so now I've got part one done. All right, and I want to do the second page. It just looks more authentic when I have a couple of pages. But this one, all I need to do is glue the spine. So I'm just going to glue on the spine. And I want to make sure I line it up really good. And voila. Now I've got a couple pages. It's starting to look like a nice book. And then this is important because my practice one, I didn't make sure I checked, but make sure your hanger is here. If you did like I did, I just snipped it off and I pulled it out and glued it back on, so it actually ended up okay. It's just easier if you have that done first. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue this one on. I was really good at doing that. All right, here we go. Making sure I'm lined up correctly. And like I said, you do have about a second or two to do any adjustments you need. And I'm going to fold that out just a smidgen. And there we go. And look how easy that was and how super cute that is going to look hanging on your Christmas tree. I really love it. And they're a nice size. They're not super small, so you'll really be able to see them. And I am super excited about them. So enjoy. Easy craft. I love easy crafts and super cute. Super cute.